Oh, we got a flower face first thing here in the morning. All right, how about that? Let's see, let's get that taken care of. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're getting our Final Fantasy XIV stream started here, and here we go, get that flower face turned off. I'm not sure what causes that. Something triggers that hotkey or something maybe that I'm not aware of. But how are you doing today? I hope everything's going okay for you. If you would let us know down in the chat, we'd love to hear from you. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the stream with us today, that's fine too. We're just happy to have you here. We left off at Palaka's stand yesterday for Final Fantasy XIV. So let's get switched over and get going on that. We've got folks turning into abominations left and right. Don't know what's up with that here, so we're gonna go through the quests here and see what we can figure out. Gotta speak with Alice first here, it looks like. It cannot be. We must heal those we can, and quickly. I see no beasts, but stay on your guard. Okay. C2 right off the bat here. The villager has no pulse, nor do they appear to be breathing. Well, that can't be good. What about this one? The cooling body has already begun to stiffen. Yeah, that's not very good either. The massive wound suggests the villager was gored by a terrible beast. Oh, exhausted might mean they're at least still alive. Though the villager's injuries do not appear to be life-threatening, he does not respond to your efforts. His breathing grows more ragged and shallow, and his vacant eyes are those of a man who has lost the will to live. Even if I wake, the nightmare goes on. No, leave me to sleep. You call out, but the man does not respond. Huh. Okay. Have you come to help us? Too late. Too late. My family. My friends. Yeah, not such a good situation here. Are these the only villagers who survived? I can only hope others managed to flee, but if the rest have been turned to beasts, why the 12? Let us do what we can to see that the damage spreads no further, and no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate. I can tend to the rest. Pray, look after Matsya. No doubt what we have seen here weighs even heavier on his heart than ours. Yeah. That has got to be quite a shock. Anne! Anne! This is Yeravet, the elder here. He is hurt, but praise be to the sisters, he still lives. Yeah, I can see that. He's standing up right here. Young Matya here has told me everything. I have not the words to express my gratitude for your aid. When the heavens began to burn, we were afraid, but did our best to carry on as we always have done. Until today, when those unholy beasts came pouring into our village, a flood of midnight and death. There are no words to describe what followed. Men and women I have known since they were babes struck down by the creatures, only to rise again to join the murderous horde in the guise of those same hideous fiends. In the chaos, a handful of our villagers fled for their lives. I can only hope they have found their way to safety. Matsya, do you perchance remember Karasov and Mavan, the young couple who always bought our freshest catches, who bought your freshest catches? How could I forget, Elder? When I first came to peddle my wares, desperate to eke out a living, they showed me such kindness. Others shunned me as an outsider, as is their way, but Karasap and Mavan bought my fish and sung its praises. They turned my fortunes around. Alas, I fear that they are in terrible danger. I saw them running towards Agama Temple, one of those beasts in close pursuit. They had their child, still but a tiny babe. To elude these fiends while caring for one so young is an impossible task, surely. I beg of you, go to their aid. I want to help them, yet I am but a fisherman. I cannot face beasts on my own. Will you come with me? Of course. Oh, thank you. Agama Temple lies to the west of here. We must hurry. See if we can track down what's going on with them. I need to be checking ether currents, make sure I don't run past any here. In that general direction, I guess. Well, that's where we got that one earlier, or yesterday, before we stopped. The temple is just ahead. That looks like that could be a temple. It was built by those who worship Saint Agama, but has sadly fallen into disrepair in recent years. If my friends made it this far, no doubt they are hiding somewhere amidst the ruins. No, please, stay back. That was Karasap. Oh no, this is not good. I'll take a look. Please do. The cry came from the ruins. You must hurry. All right. Then hurry I shall. If these monkeys will leave me alone anyway. Bird's got some juice still, so that's good. The man lies motionless on the ground, bearing a grievous wound. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry, Anne. I tried to stay behind, but I couldn't. No, it cannot be. Is someone, anyone? My arms so heavy, and my legs. I cannot feel my legs. My wife fled with our daughter. I need to find them. Need to be with them. I need. Karasap! No, Karasap! You must stay strong. More time. I thought I had. I don't want to die. Speak to Karasap. Thank you. Please, find them. Mavan still lives, and she has their child. We must search the jungle between here and Palaka's stand. There is nowhere else she could have gone, I think. Forgive me, Karasaf. Once we have saved your wife and child, we will return and lay you to rest. Anything around here? It's still far away. Farther away, anyways. This way. You see no tracks or other signs of recent travel. Mavan and the child must be elsewhere. Yeah, if they're not here, then they're not here. Oh, hey, buddy. You want to play? It's funny how he was sprouted up out of some blaze on the ground. You guys sound sensitive. I think so. All right. If Mavan and her daughter came through this area recently, you see no evidence of their passage. Oh, all right, well, let's we go back and report what we found or didn't find here. Did you see any sign of them? I found nothing. Hey, Key, how are you doing? All right, we've got another flower face on us here, it looks like. I think my face filters are just kind of going random on me or something here. Yeah, I don't see him being triggered, you know, from any commands that anybody's doing, but that's okay. It's kind of fun regardless, I think. Yeah, I'll have to look and see if maybe I
co-opted a keybind somewhere. Oh, there we go. Here, Attack Chicken. There you go. Thank you, Attack Chicken. Yeah, you can. That's right. All right, we got a random voice, and there's the random face. You might not see. It looks like it's just a little dog on my head right now. But anyways, Matcha found nothing. And welcome, Attack Chicken. Good to
see you here. And Key, how are you doing? And Attack Chicken, how are you doing too? I got to tell you, I was watching you last night, Key. My computer started acting up too. I was sitting there and I had my cursor was sitting in the chat on your channel, and let's see. Oh, hang on a sec. Right, yeah. If you haven't checked out Attack Chicken there, go check them out too. Or checked out Key, go check them out, Attack Chicken, whenever you have a chance. But yeah, I had my cursor sitting in there. Yeah, it makes it more funny with like a helium voice. My cursor was sitting in chat, and all of a sudden it just started putting dashes or minus signs in the chat. I'm like, what's going on here? So I tried to, you know, check the keyboard. It looked like I couldn't get it to stop, and so I finally figured out my keyboard just decided to start acting up last night. So I had to get a new keyboard and attached to my computer here. So I could not get the minus key to stop sticking or whatever it's doing. It didn't look like it was stuck. It didn't look like it, and it's a wireless keyboard, so I don't know if there's something inside that just kind of went haywire, or whether the key itself has the contacts got stuck together a little bit or something for that key. I have no idea. But anyways, I've got the keyboard switched out and not having to worry about that. So I had to shut down my computer, long and the short of it. So I didn't worry. I had my browser closed and the whole bit, so I didn't get to watch too much of your stream last night, unfortunately. Oh, wow. Your internet started acting up due to lightning and stuff. Oh, really? It actually knocked out the stream. Yeah, it's like I guess I don't know, the technology gods were just against both of us last night, it sounds like. Yeah, but feel free to play with the stickers, which I believe are free also, and the maybe an overlay, I can't remember. And any of the panels you see down under the channel, I've got them. Well, almost everything's set to free, I think, for now, just so we can play with them and try them out. Of course, at some point, I'll probably go ahead and attach them to either channel points or bits or something like that. But, you know, for now, at least we can have fun with those. And what do you say? It just takes a lot to get motivated for a long stream now. Yeah, I guess it could. It depends on what's going on in your life, too. You know, if you've got other things going on that you really need to take care of and that you'd rather do, perhaps, or have to do, you know, one or the other, I can understand that. I feel fortunate for myself, anyways, that I really don't have a whole lot going on, so I can take the time to do this in the mornings whenever I get up and to spend some time with you guys. So that's nice. Let's see. Found nothing. Alright, Matsya. Perhaps the beasts have chased them farther from the village. Oh, gods above, I beseech you, pray, deliver Mavon and her little one to safety. I will try. Actually, I know I will succeed, but we'll do that. Meanwhile, in the skies above Thavnair,
no more enemies to trouble us here.
It's me. How fare you below?
Understood. I will inform Vritra.
Chaos and panic sweep Raz-at-Han, and many more have succumbed to the transformations. Amidst the fray, Ahawan fell, protecting a grief-stricken father.
oh, you used to stream for longer, but it's just not doing it for you. Moved more or less, but you can get some streams here and there. Yeah, I understand that. You know, things change, and you know, who knows what it's gonna be like in the future, huh? Maybe be back into it then.
My friends fight alongside your Radiant host to secure the capital.
Or moved on. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I hear you.
Beasts have been sighted in Palaka stand as well. We have divided our forces in hopes of quelling the threat there. Of small solace is that we now know what triggers the transformation. As my companions tell it,
So it is the very fear and despair in their hearts which inflicts this abhorrent punishment upon them.
Yeah, some days I'll stick to maybe about 3 hours or so myself, and then some days, like I guess it was, well, yesterday we went 4 hours, and the day before that, I think 5 hours. My Infinite Undiscovery stream, I wanted to get the crafters all leveled up and spend a lot of time doing that. But yeah, it just kind of depends on how you're feeling that day too.
A nightmare for which my children will never awake. O capricious and cruel fate, they are undeserving of such condemnation.
will you wallow in sorrow or rise to the occasion? Raz-at-Han is leaderless. Before he passed, Ahawan sought to reveal the truth to his people, honor his wishes.
To what end? To breed a new conflict between dragon and man. These claws could reduce thee to shreds with a touch. These jaws crush thy bones to dust. Only through my proxy could I walk with my children. Without him, I am a bringer of fear, no different from the beasts which beleaguer them.
Perhaps so.
Only in death were Hraesvelgr and Shiva united. Indeed, whenever man and dragon have come together, death has ever been the inevitable result. It was our fear of your kind that sparked a nigh-endless war. Fear and hate of which Nidhogg drank deep as he laid waste to my homeland. And in turn, I took my revenge on his brood. Blood for blood, pain for pain. I thought nothing of theirs, only of mine. And yet, were the chasm between us too vast and too deep, Hraesvelgr would not have borne Isael to battle and our rescue. He would never have entrusted a mortal champion with one of his eyes, and the Dragonsong War would still rage on. And I would still wage a never-ending war of violence and vengeance. The future of our star be damned. I cannot speak for Ahuan's greater goals, yet I know that he served you, served your people, long and true. In this time of unprecedented crisis, he turned to you. You could do worse than to place your trust in him. It will not be easy, but the future of Radz-at-Han hangs in the balance. We have company. The hour has come, Vritra! It's all or nothing!
If Maven fled deeper into the jungle, she and her child are in grave danger. Whatever are we to do? Gods have mercy. You cannot let fear consume you. Fear? Consume me? What are you talking about? Then I too could become a beast? I understand, I think. I've seen to the wounded. How did the two of you fare? Did you find your friends? No, we didn't find them. Not yet, anyways. I see. In that case, let us help you find the mother and child. Before we leave, we must ensure the village will be safe in our absence. Alice and I will patrol the area and search for more beasts. Would you and Matsya speak with Elder Yerevet? Pray explain to him the situation and join us as soon as you're able. We will save Maven and her child. We can do that much for Karasaf. Well, I appreciate your positivity, Alice, but... I am heartened to see you both safe, but what of the family? We found Karasaf, but he... Say no more. I understand. We have lost another of our dear friends. Karasaf may be gone, but there is still hope for Maven and their child. Please find them, I beg of you. And if in your search you come across anyone else who escaped the slaughter, pray tell them what has happened. I will do my best to keep the villagers safe and their spirits high. Come, let us rejoin your friends at once. All right. Alright, let's figure out the plan, Alice. I'm pleased to report that the vicinity appears to be beast-free, no doubt thanks to your earlier efforts. And with that, let us resume our search for your friend and her child. Where should we begin, Matsya? If we follow Sirota south, we will arrive at Perusa, a temple. It is a sacred place where people go to commune with the divinities. It's possible that Mavan sought shelter there, and perhaps other villagers as well. Then it's settled. Matsya, stay close to me, all right? You two, take the lead. Keep an eye out for beasts and anyone in need of help. Very well. We make for Perusa as quickly as we are able. With me! And let's see what we got here. From here, ooh, 145 east. Yeah, there's one right up here somewhere. There it is. General direction. On our way here to the next quest spot. There, big glowy purple encounter circle. Thank you. I thought I was done for. I wish they'd let our chocobos get experience for fighting those things. They used to in other expansions, I thought. Mavan. She is a friend of mine too, but I have not seen her. She must still be out there somewhere trying to avoid the beast. And with her child, gods, worry not for me. I can make my way back to the village on my own. Continue on. With the birds here. Don't need them. And wait. Perusa lies just up ahead, but something terrible has happened. The beasts have come, and many have already been killed. Alphino and Alice have gone to do what they can, but there are so many. More than I could count. You must be ready. Alright, well, I will go defeat some beasts then. keep them safe right there. Just hang tight. We gotta go fight some stuff. There's another one down here. Yay. 288 to the west. Still a ways off. Okay. Hey, Alice, yeah, keep them safe while I handle this thing here. Destroyed. Alright, let's go back up around this one, I guess. There you are. How fare the others? I see. You've seen to all the beasts in sight. In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple. All right. Well, that's a good number of them.
Courage, friend. The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mevan? Where could she be?
We've dealt with all the blasphemies, and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return, someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things. And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
My friends! This is a place of worship.
Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember. Remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Know this, my children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested, always and ever.
'Tis a perilous path you walk. Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are. My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mevon, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there. Those words seem to resonate with your people.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand. So I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear, though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
Wow, that voice is like over volume compared to everything else there. Man.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mevon. Did you see? That beast was chasing someone.
I think they may have missed adjusting the volume balance on on that one. I don't think it was coming through a different source in the game, as far as I can tell. Over there, my view was blocked by the trees, but I'm sure I saw someone being chased by a beast. And go with Matsya and search along the river. Alphino and I will circle around from the south. Alright, what's anything near us here? Probably not. 308 southwest, well, that's not too bad. Gonna run through a fate here, maybe. All right, see what we can find. A new location. Cool. Sightseeing spot here. I'm supposed to be rescuing someone and spending time sightseeing. Yeah, that's great. Really good. Ah.
That's her! No, I'm sure of it! Niven! Don't,
Man, that dude's been working out his right arm big time. Oh no.
No! God have mercy!
Niven's lifeless body floats before you, battered and broken. Her death, no doubt, came swiftly. Her infant daughter, however, is nowhere to be seen. I see it. It's got big letters written right above it. You take the babe into your arms. If she yet lives, you cannot tell, but she will surely not survive unless you carry her to the surface at once. Make sure we carry her to the surface then. Where's the stairs? There's some stairs over here. Get on the bird, can't I? Huzzah! Gotta get off the bird surface, I guess. How do I get up there? am I doing wrong? Oh, there we go. Maybe? Huh. Oh, I can't do it on the stairs? Okay. Whatever. That's BS. Oh, I need those. Alright, I'm gonna take that out. I could use one more of those. Alphino's like, Anne, would you stop fooling around? Just get over here and help us. Did you find Mevin and the child? Damn it all. You have the child? Let me see her.
She's so cold, Elfino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet... she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back. Not now!
Matsia, take the child.
It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Mattia, can you take her back to the village?
But the child, all by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matsia. Her life is in your hands.
Yeah, literally.
Right. I can do it.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matsia. Go! Quickly!
Yeah, game over if he can't do that.
Steady. You know the way.
He should have saved first.
No. No! Not you too. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
To live is to suffer, to drink of calamity. It is a perilous path. Death lurks in the dark.
Uh-oh.
No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Ah! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony.
Yay.
The divinity.
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mevan and Grasef. Please.
Yeah, wow.
Well, well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you.
Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home.
I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Meanwhile,
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matsia.
thank you for the hydrate. We'll go ahead and take care of that here. Good water. He had help from on high.
What, like divine aid?
A fine battle it must have been. Shame I missed it.
Estinian, it was you who came to Matia's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vritra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mervyn gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband, at least. Will you help me?
Yes, I will. We have done what we can. 'Tis for the villagers of Palaka's stand to perform the funeral rites. If nothing else, Maven and Karasaf died as they lived, as themselves and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. To think the day would come when even the smallest of solaces would be this comforting. Oh, ether current. All right. You are ready then? In that case, let's head to Palaka's stand. No doubt Vritra is awaiting us. But first, let's see what we gotta find here. Anything nearby here? To the south. It's a ways off. Alright, well, we'll just head back over there and speak with Vritra for starters then. Hey, big dragon. Dragon Daddy. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Thavnair must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. Every death another void that can never be filled. We who survived them must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Karasap and Mevin Babe is a child of Thavnair as well. I thank you for returning her to us safe. O most great and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Matsya and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long had I heard the rumors that a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the satrap, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. Tell them, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as satrap, with Ahawan as my loyal servant. Are my ears to be believed? You were the true satrap all along? Nidana, what are you doing here? Hey there. I heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palaka's stand in their time of need. And so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Work came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Mevin's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are the far greater enigma. If you were the true satrap all along, could it be that young Varshan was created to serve as your emissary? Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumor has circulated for many years around the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varshan with that knowledge, I simply put two and two together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, they no doubt recognized that the satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with his people. and decided not to press the issue. I had always assumed one of Ahuan's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vritra. Pray, allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 'Twas thou and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors not only of Radzat-Han, but the star. Far too kind you are, Master Vritra, but the star yet wants for salvation. Once more will my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in this their darkest hour. It would seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Radzat-Han fares. What will you do, Scions? I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way. Needs to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts, what in the name of the sisters is happening here in Thavnair? Oh my, that's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, friend. My colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if it can further our own research. And with that, here we are, a pot of piping hot chai, brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with hearty helpings of rich milk and purest sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? The drink has medicinal properties, then. Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty, though, and has a way of lifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of the chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest. A lovely sentiment, Nidhana. By all means, allow us to assist. Here. Give to me. While you lot distribute hot beverages, I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you've finished, look for me at the Wakeful Tirana. All right. Anybody in here? No. Oh, there's somebody who could use one. Wait, I know you. You were the one who saved us from those beasts back at the temple. Were it not for you, well, let's not even think about that. At times like this, we mustn't dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us? How can Radzat-Han hope to recover from this? Most of my friends are gone, and I don't know where to turn. A cup of chai? Well, if you insist. Ah, that aroma has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, we've faced our fair share of trials in the past as well, and no matter how hard the times, we've always come together as a people united. One day at a time, one step at a time. For that is all any of us can do. Yes. Back to work. Once I've finished this cup. Thank you. Chocobo dude is available now too. I'm sorry, I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of the beasts took him and it was all I could do to run. All the while, I could hear this monstrous voice screaming my name. This for me? We used to drink chai together often. Shared stories over steaming cups after a hard day's work. Thank you, friend. The pain may never pass, but I must press on all the same. For his memory, and for we who must remember. Look at them all, lazing about, knowing full well the beasts might strike again at any moment. Do they not realize their lives are in danger? Well, I, for one, intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Yes, I'll leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days? Here, have some hot chai and settle down a little if you can. A cup of chai? Can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No, you're right. It is precisely in times like these that we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I'll visit the Elder and see what needs to be done. If there is any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it. Alright, well, let's see. I will, oh, now I can do the other ether current quests. Finish this off first, I guess. Imagine crafting all quest items, turn-ins for each crafter. Oh yeah. That's a lot of crafting. Thank you for delivering the chai, Anne. Did it help to lift the villagers' spirits? You need manipulation skill for all of them. Oh. That is heartening to hear indeed. The final days show no signs of abating, but that is all the more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition. For it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what has become of Mevin and Harasaf's remains. Oh, thank you, friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palaka's stand will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her growing up without her parents, but I promise to do what I can. Once she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we've finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe there's a magic at work, how their tension fades with every sip. Let us pray that Palaka's stand has seen the last of those transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village in Thavnair like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Radzatan? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from Akyali. We have plenty to spare. Sounds good. Then let us find Estinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? The Wakeful Tirana, near the bridge to Radzatan, as I recall. Very well then. Alright, well let's unlock flying here. Radiant Host Captain. I know we are beset by monsters, beasts, and worse, but if you have even an ounce of strength to give, I would ask for your aid. I am in need of a brave soul to help patrol the area in search of any lost refugees. I would ask my brothers and sisters of the Radiant Host, but our numbers have been greatly diminished. It is all we can do to keep the darkness from swallowing this settlement whole. Very good. It shall be heartening to have another warrior by my side. Let us commence at once. All right, let's commence. Let's also grab this one too. Ah, what luck! You look capable of braving the jungles unscathed. Would you help me search for a group of refugees I became separated from? As the chaos unfolded around us, I fled in the direction of Agama Temple along with a few others. There, one of those terrible beasts fell upon us, and I lost track of my group in the chaos. While I was able to make my way here, none of the others have, and I worry for their safety. I would like nothing more than to search myself, but all hands are required to defend this place. Agama Temple is to the west. Please, journey there and guide anyone you can find back here. I only hope that some manage to survive the madness. And what was this last one here? This one may not be a Ether Current quest. Maybe for beast tribes or something. Yeah, we'll ignore that one for now. Alright, anyhow, let's start our search here to the south here. We should begin our patrol by heading south, a route through which many refugees from Yedlamad pass. We will cover more ground if we split into two groups. If you should find anyone in need, go to their aid, and if you discover any discarded effects, collect them for safekeeping. Ah, and if you should encounter one of those terrible beasts, lay it where it stands. Once we've made a thorough search of the area, let us rendezvous back here. Godspeed. You survey the area, but detect nothing out of the ordinary. Closer to another one. Aiding. Oh, is it gone? Thank the gods. I would have surely died without your help. What are you doing out here? I'm trying to help folks. I see. So the Radiant Host looks over us yet. For that, I am grateful. Well, I suppose if I follow the path you took to get here, I should be safe on my way back. You didn't leave anything alive, did you? Well, I don't know. I dodged a few things, so be careful. A statuette. You see a strange statuette lying on the ground depicting a woman wearing a beastly mask. It may be best to collect it. All right. Ah, 72 Southwest. There's one like right here. There it is. I see it over there. .77 northwest. In this general direction, I guess. Near our next quest destination, perhaps? Back over here. we've gotten all the outdoor ether currents now. All right. Hello, unfortunate straggler. Who are you? Are you here to save me? Yes, I am. Of course, I knew she wouldn't forget about us. The beast prowled the area for some time, but I managed to find refuge among these rocks. However, I've been too frightened to set foot from their shelter for fear of drawing the attention of some hungry animal. But with you here, I believe I can find the courage. Will you accompany me to Palaka's stand? Yeah, I'm just going to leave you here. Sure, I can try to accompany you. Thank you. Now, let us tread carefully. And we got it. It's an escort quest, so let's take him with us here. Straggler. There they are. Doesn't want us here. I don't know, can we avoid that guy maybe? Where is he? There he is. Alright, what's next? Triggered something there. Alrighty. Whoops, there he goes. Huh. Keep running, buddy. I don't know how to thank you. You saved my life. No need for thanks. We gotta look out for each other. Please tell that brave woman from the Radiant Host that I've arrived safe and sound. I must think of a way to repay your bravery. Alright, I've got to get this next one from that other quest done here too. Oh, I guess that was it. You just have to report to him. Welcome back. I've heard all about your noble deed. Allow me to thank you for protecting those we cannot. I'll add my thanks to hers. If not for you, I'd be nothing but food for the beasts. You've more than earned a reward for your time. Speak with me again at Palaka's stand-in. I'll ensure that you get it. Alrighty. The work ahead of us is vast, and any lives we can save are precious indeed. All I came across in my patrol was discarded belongings and scattered luggage. Did you find anything else of note? Yeah, I found a statue. Or statuette. I recognize this figure. Doubtless you are curious as to what it depicts. There is a legend that tells of a Manusia goddess who sought the strength of the Murga, wresting her own head from her body and replacing it with the bestial pate of the Murga. In pursuit of wisdom did a Murga do the same, replacing his own head with that of a Manusia. Thus were born divine beings gifted with both strength and wisdom, heralding an age of untold peace. One of the refugees must have dropped this in their flight. This figure is a reminder that the most insurmountable hardships can be overcome by looking beyond the bounds of tribe for help. A figure so fine was likely beloved by its owner. I shall do what I can to see it return to them. Thank you for your help today, traveler. And if we've done everything, this should unlock flying for us here. I watched your arrival. I recognized that man from the group I was with, and I am overjoyed to see him safe. Thank you for escorting him here. Truly, you are worthy of the reputation you've earned. I dare say even Agama would be awed by your bravery. He was a storied mendicant of the Arcasadara. When the Hures landed ashore this island and war broke out, he spared no effort to save the lives of all who were injured in the conflict. He saw no tribes, only those in need. He is not so different from you, who throws herself into the maw of danger to save someone they've never met. If Agama's spirit lives on today, it is through your selfless deeds. Take this as a reward, although I have no doubt you would deny it if I let you. Once my watch is ended, I shall patrol the woods in search of any more hiding amongst the trees. I will not deny an ether current, that is for sure. There we go, free bird, Thavnair. Yay. And we're going to make use of our flying right away. Alpino told me everything. Full glad am I to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. It would seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Thavnair. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city on Alzadal's path. Come. No preference, whichever one. It is good to see you safe. Given the skies, 'tis all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more than that. Might you have any idea what this is about? Yep, I think I do. So, Ritra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we too should hear what he has to say. To Megaduda then, but before that, it would appear that word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. Okay. So we'll search for townspeople. Here. Well, let's run up this road. This has not been unlocked yet, has it? We have to advance a little bit more here, maybe. There. Hey, Lily, welcome back. How was your vacation, Lily? Good to see you again. Are the beasts all gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. You had a great time. Only the drive there and back was a bit exhausting. Oh yeah, being on the road, I know the feeling. Our family used to drive, I don't know, we used to drive back and forth between where my grandparents lived and where we were living at the time, and it was about a 7 or 8 hour drive each way. We'd go up there, stay for a few days, you know, and then come back. And but yeah, just riding in the car like that just kind of wears you down after a while, especially if you're the one driving too. I know my dad was very tired, and recent years when I drive long distances like that too, it can be taxing. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Varshan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with the other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. Okay, let's search for more. Uh-oh, it's the spooked youth. Leave me be, please! I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Oh gods, what are you doing scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us. They're not here. The square, you say? But that's where the satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed in that creature's maw. So many lives lost, such terrible carnage. And you say there is someone else who would lead Razatan in his stead? Whoever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved satrap, I'll make them regret it. They changed that. I'm pretty sure we used to have to try to follow him without being seen back when this expansion came out. That's interesting. Anyways, let's see. Wait at the designated location. Waiting, waiting, waiting.
Look! Someone's coming!
People of Razathan, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
Wow!
People of Razathan, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vitra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Thavnair, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Razathan to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, The light of Radzat-Han will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it. Over you. And lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together. So too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Izael's face.
Indeed.
Ho ho ho, look who's here.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father.
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat-Han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavnair, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th Umbral Calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radzat-Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavnair. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palaka's stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
Ooh.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
Nidana is so smart. As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nidana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Greetings, honored scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduda prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vritra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at Merid's Mahane. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. Ah, and to you, an adventurer. There is someone we had hoped to introduce to you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? A personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now, this must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in the Aetheryte Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Alrighty then. Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune with the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. Awesome! Yay, we can do it. You must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Radz-at-Han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous An Adventurer, eh? I knew it the moment you stepped through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Shirabot, please, you are speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and the savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally, then, for the benefit of my countrymen. It is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, and all-round good egg, I'm sure. This talk of eggs reminds me I'm late for dinner. Ha 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 ha! A woman after my own heart. I like that. Don't you worry, I'll keep it short. There's just a thing or two we'd like you to remember. First of all, about the room you're standing in now. Radzithan welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We've got representatives from Doma, Ul'dah and Alamigo, Rimsalomensa, Gridania, and last but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Radzithan and their respective homelands. We've used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavnair reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and Corvus. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye, all throughout Allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Halzal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Radzithan, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies. As fitting a name as any, to ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and their spawn as and when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for that very reason that we turn to you. Pray, lend us your strength and help us to slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all that fine cuisine, eh? And we've gained access to role quests for Endwalker now. And I think I will begin the first one. Do mine eyes deceive me? Lady Anne, oh, thank the kami. Lord Heian has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter, the hunt for a fell beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we have made great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy, for it commands the skies of Doma. But as your talent for striking down foes at a distance is beyond compare, I can think of no one better to aid us in overcoming this adversary. It would be my pleasure. Oh, Kami be praised. I shall inform Lady Yugiri that she may receive you at the Doman Enclave. Safe travels, Lady Anne. Now, about that feast. Pray forgive Shirabat her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mayhain? I know Razatan like the back of my hand. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant host, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Radzatan in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end that we might honor Ahuan's legacy and serve Master Vritra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Jump on over there. Welcome. When the satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kalzal from your friend Grahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are our Mareed's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Excuse me. Water. Just water. As you wish. Pray, join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? They wanted me to fight some blasphemies. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead. Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Horusite at the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
It would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the First is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the Ethereal Sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends, and end begins.
Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? Should be. In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reem. Tell her I miss her. What do we get? All right, time for a new item level tier. Take this, Anne, my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower's systems in the umbilicus. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus's essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the ascensor gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest, that I am happy, hardships and all. Well, we had best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. And we're back off to the first, it looks like. Well, it sure feels strange that none of these will aggro me anymore. Anne, you are returned. Have you been well? You and the others. We've no shortage of troubles, but we're well enough. Then things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you, these exact words? Oh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Anne, for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself, futile a request though it is. And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our Lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I'm not sure why the sound isn't coming through, but I can see that. Very nice. Reen has been dedicating herself to the restoration of the empty, you see. Though it will take many long years, the goal seems to have given her a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. I will be along as soon as I can. Alright, we can't skip these. Let's go ahead and get them underway then. Wait for Lena, yes. Do my old eyes deceive? Is that truly Anne? Ah, it is. Full glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you could indulge me just one for now. In your quest to restore the night, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? This may come as a surprise, but... Truly, I never would have guessed, but then if I could, I suppose I wouldn't have had to ask. 'Tis a tremendously eye-opening answer, and we will see that your account of this battle features prominently in the tome. I know you'd love to talk her ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course, of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Till next time, then, do tell the others to look after themselves. our overzealous friend in particular. Remind him not to overexert himself. Again and again till his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. See ya. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Hey, kids. It's her! It's really her! What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Ricky. You'd only give her a stomachache. We've come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first, we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, Arkil isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows about lots of things. He isn't here. Aww. Ooh, why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think? What do you think suits Arkil the best? Axe, sword, or bow? Let's see. For fighting and hunting both. The bow. The bow. If you took up the bow, you could be just like... Renderay, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular, though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. And when I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. See ya! Huh. Such fun she's been having, basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does she spare a thought for me? Of course not. I waited and waited and waited, but she won't so much as acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is, cold and cruel and heartless. Feoul, I need you? Why do you say it like a question? Where's the love, the respect, the awe? But disappointed as I am, I'll overlook it this once. I know you have a lot on your mind right now. So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? Yeah, how do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Fatefolk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Ah, but there are the ones you were waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at Tale's end. My apologies for the delay. Anne, it's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. But then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. Anne? What are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. And that's what happened. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed in Amarat has come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the First. So don't worry about us, please. Look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. Yay, new weapon. So you're going to bump us to 533 there. You're headed to the umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena, decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again, I'm certain of it. Speak with the Crystarium Gatekeeper. Ah, Mistress Anne, welcome back. The captain has told me all. Give the word, and I will show you to the ocular. I'm ready.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Yeah, give me some of that Elpis time.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Thank you.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, The name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the Convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis. No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief. In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
Well, I guess so.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the Ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
Alrighty then, let's explore the facility, I guess. The man stands dutifully by the aetherite-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As Elidibus warned, it appears your form is intangible. This is the right place, yes, Propylaeon? Propylaeon? Oh gosh, more names. Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propylaeon. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. The device is reminiscent of an aetherite. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it. Or not. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. The remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask. Much like the phantoms you encountered in Mare Lamentorum, and the recreated Amarot. It would seem you have made it to your destination. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. You suspect this door leads outside, but how to open it?
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's. Do you suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant. You may open your eyes.
Ooh, I'm me again.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings! I am Elidibus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect. Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmet Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend? A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then. What brings you here?
I seek a man named Hermes.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmet Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here.
Emmet Selk is so put out.
Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
This presence.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to help us for in-depth observation and study. A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you will enjoy touring it with us. Now then, our friend Hermes. Aside from overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first. Attired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Selk wishes to keep a low profile for his errands, so... Do you know how to make a robe? Basic concept will do. No? In that case, Emmett Selk. No. Your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh-bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material. Yes, these creatures should suffice. An etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 Petaludi. There are 3 species here, I believe. Any 2 different kinds should serve. Now, I should mention that the strength of the rope is tied, no pun intended, to the strength of its user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you'll need to weaken the Petaludi first. Good luck! Alright, well, let's see. Petaludi. Good deal. You've caught the Petaludi? Come, let us see. Yes, these fine fellows will do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion. There, it's ready. It's nothing fancy, but then we're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. You turn living beings into clothing, just like that. Well, not just like that. You need to revert them to their constituent ether first. Lest you wonder why I asked for two species, it is due to the difference in their etheric balance. Blending them allows us to produce garb with superior etheric stability. Well and good to disguise and educate it, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. Emmett Selk speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who think to look. Should someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best to simply say that you're a familiar. The question is, whose? Of course, Asm's. If you say you belong to her, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior. Exploiting our associate's absence. For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand. Let's see, everything went to the armory chest. All right, 3 pieces of sophist's gear. If you are ready, let us continue along the path to Anagnoresis. The place serves as an observation hub and residence booth. Residence both. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. See what we got here. 347 west. Oh, we can wait on that one, I think. Yes? Can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him? Well now, by your mask I assume you are one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you will find him at one of the pools here. The pools, you say? Many thanks, and apologies for disrupting your work. I say, Hythlodaeus, while I've never met Hermes, you know him well, do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? Aye, that I could. As you know, Emmett Selk and I can discern the color of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that it would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform an assessment after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment like as not, but point taken. If you're going to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So you know, it's because we're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up, a special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any. It's a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I thank you for humoring me. Come, let's find our man. I will go get this etherite here first. And I believe we'll be calling it a day here in Elpis. Here, we'll pick back up, well, tomorrow morning, assuming I stream tomorrow morning, it'll be Infinite Undiscovery, but we should be back here on Tuesday morning for more Final Fantasy XIV. Let's go find a raid here, find someone we can join, see who's up to what here. Let's see. Yeah, let's head over to James Lee 85, who's playing Elder Scrolls 5. Skyrim, yeah, some Skyrim action sounds fun. Get that underway here. But anyways, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. And let's get our raid underway to James Lee playing Skyrim 5, the Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim.